warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. So, how are you today, dear all my friend in the yes, in another country. And how are you today, especially the women of Indonesia? I hope your is always be good, always be fine, always be healthy, okay, and always be with the keeping of the God. And today Miss Anna want to share with you about the in the last time we talk about the characteristic, I mean the of the kindly of the woman in Indonesia, right? And also the tips from the ancient people, especially women in Indonesia, to keep their body, to keep their beauty. And for this time, for this moment, Miss Anna also want to share you about the job promise Indonesia. Okay, it's so interesting why Miss Anna want to discuss about this, because we know that in Indonesia there is much of housewife, right? Ibu rumah tangga ya. But in another countries, maybe a housewife is mean that the woman that cannot be productive, right? And so the another countries still want the woman to be work in the out of their home. But in Indonesia, especially a housewife, they can they can to be still productive. I mean, that's many something that they can do to make their daily still be productive, still be benefit to for the others. And there are several types of promising jobs for women, which generally suit most women's preferences. Being an employee for a woman is quite common nowadays, right? Employee is so busy, and many the woman cannot be, cannot be better in the home, cannot be maximals to keep their home when the woman the woman feel tired because employee have many off duty, right? However, there are often several positions that are less pleasant if held by a woman, especially for a housewife who has many responsibilities other than completing work at the office. Therefore, finding the best types of work for women to do is very important. For those who want to know more, below is some interesting information about the jobs that women can do. So, the people in Indonesia, women in Indonesia, as the housewife, they still can be productive, they can still be work in much of the place. In the first, the promising job is in the first is as the office staff, various types of jobs in that's actually available for the woman who really want a career. You is you If you are as a woman, it's not false if you want to be an officer. Okay, it's not be a false. For example, by becoming a staff or employee who works in an office. At first it may be just an office staff, but if you give the best performance, then you can increase for your career. So to achieve a high career, you can work harder. So you know that employee is officer to your duty. So if you want to improve your grade, you must work hard. You must work hard so you can minimize that your duty or your times. The number one is as accountant. Not only as staff but in the office, apparently women can also become accountants. Much of the women in Indonesia, they when they next in the education, in the college university, yes, okay, they choose to be an accountant, in the subject accountants. women also also appropriate, I mean, from the characteristic to be an accountant, from the diligence, uh, from the need, and also the discipline. It's good, it's appropriate to be as an accountant. Women who choose to become accountant must have careful and diligent criteria, because to become an accountant requires a really good thorough calculation skill. This relates to the test of the accountant, which is to perform calculation on the company finances. So, if you want to be an accountant, remember you must have the reason about the accountant. You must also have a good calculation skill, really good, because it's about the calculation from the finance. And the next, you can also be a writer, and it's the most of the jobs that women do, because it can do in the everywhere and anytime gitu ya. The next suitable for job woman is become a writer. For example, is content writer or the social media writer, and also another like writer offline or online in the magazine or in the books so much, right? Working as a writer is certainly profitable because you can do it with a part-time work system. Currently, you as woman can be a website content writer, and of course you can achieve if you are willing to undergo the profession. So can be still achieve their skill with the writer. So much of the kind of the writer that we know, and much of the writer women's Indonesian writer that go international, like Asma Nadia or Mary Riana. It's the example of the writer that's go international. And the next is also as the social media admin. Yeah, that's good if you a housewife, but you like to communicate with social. You are as an extrovert and you want to know much of the people. You go to be as a social media admin. Social media admin can be admin of the online shop or the office or the service. So much of the admin that be needed in the social media. A woman should be able to choose the right for job for herself and her family. Even as much as possible, work is done from home so that working women do not leave their children. This type of work as the social media admin is a better choice. Of course, this work will be one of the best types of work for mothers. If Miss Anna give the choice, what the promising job that I want, Miss Anna want to be as the writers and also social media admin, and also teachers teachers in the private, especially that in the student come in Miss Anna homes gitu. So it can be save my time to to out in my home. In the next, you can also be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur, it's much of the kind, right? Entrepreneur, you can be business, so much of business that you search, you will search in the internet, right? In this case, you can work and develop your business independently. You can also define and manage things better without the help of others. Even the profits can also be yours completely, so that it can increase income for family finance. So if you choose to be an entrepreneur, the profit is yours. It will be much or it will be less, it's yours. It's how you can manage your time, how you can control your business. So you can be lazy, or you can be disciplined, you can be diligent, or you can just so and stuck in your grade. It's yours. So entrepreneur is how you to make your business in your own, want to make it be big or want to make it be just a little, right? But the good point in the entrepreneur is you will you have much of your time, and you can also achieve your skill. You can also improve your skill, develop your business, and it's and the control and the manage of the your business is your own. So you you people will give you suggestion, another people will give you some of the reason why, how, and what, but it still be in your hand to be handled. And the next is also you can be also the public relation. One of these jobs is to become a public relation. In this case, because every woman who become public relation must be able to communicate well. Communicate must be active and smooth so that customers will be satisfied with the service. Being a public relation is not easy because it's need image that important, but not it's so not too important and not too difficult, but not much of the people has it. So Miss Anna, when going to the college, Miss Anna also get the subject about public relation that's training the student colleague how to be a public relation, that the good public relations, so we can make a communicate to building our business, right? That public relation also not about just how we are communicate, but also how we are appearance, how we are wearing our dress, or how we are uh, use our shoes, like that. And also about how communicate, how we can say hello in the polite communicate, how we can say how are you in the polite communicate. And actually the communication in the daily and in the business as different, right? Nah, so why we need to learn much of public relation if we want to be public relation people. And the next in the number 8 is become a hospital nurse. If you are a housewife, it's not close, you limit you to be I mean to give your apa ya, your beneficially to another. As the hospital nurse is the example, to be able to get this job, sure, you must first study in the nursing department. To undergo this profession, of course, you as a woman must be patient and thorough, because treating a wide variety of patients with all kinds of different ailments requires extra patience. So you the nurse is not work in the full daily, right? It's also have it also has a shift in the night, so you can still be a nurse in the hospital. It can also make your social feeling strong, and will be still keep be dips to know about others. You, if you would like to social and you also want to help with others, and you have the passion and thorough and clever also, you can be a nurse hospital. And the next is the job that as Miss Anna now doing, that is teacher. Teacher, we can also ask the teacher in offline or in the online, I mean in the teacher with using online platform, or we can also teacher in the school. To become a teacher, we must also get a higher education first. Not only we are in the junior or senior high school, we must get the university. Collect measures should also pay more attention if you want to become a teacher, because this is also related to the knowledge and characteristic that will be instilled in children. Why the teacher must be clever, must to be I mean attention to understanding their children, because the teacher, I mean, sorry, the teacher is the home to the children see, learn, and do. So the teacher must be clever how to manage their communication, their attitude, and much of some and how they can be a good role to their student. And the next is sales. Sales is much of the woman choice in this time, yeah, because there is much of the product that can be sold. If successful, usually a salesperson will get quite a lot of commission and tips, right? Of course, this commission can be the best additional income for the family. Therefore, you need to work hard and be more active in selling product to be successful. So, if if you are as the housewife, don't be heartless. It's still much of the much of the much of the job that you can still do to make you still productive. Okay, that's of the our discussion today. I hope you are still health and still safe everywhere you know. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.